Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Checkered Flag Racing League here on YouTube. We are here tonight for the 2024 CFRL Midweek Series Championship. I am joined here tonight by Midweek regular Sal Zavala. You have an interesting perspective on these guys fighting for the championship. It's Josh Harris, Spencer Boyce, Cameron Morris, and Ryan Harp all going for the championship tonight. You've raced with these guys all year. Talk to me about what you know about each of these guys, because I really could see it being any of these four winning the title tonight.
Oh, definitely. I mean, they all, in their own way, are very. They can pull it out of anywhere, really. Um, I mean, if you come down to a short run, I feel like Darth Kylo would be kind of in a spot to. He'll do whatever he needs to. And then if you get these long runs, I really feel like that's where S'mores, Harris, and Spencer can kind of maybe settle it in between themselves. I know we have a couple cup regulars in the race tonight, so I don't know. I mean, I'm sure any one of them could go out there and take it to the cup guys, but these these three are going to be in a battle all race long. I don't see them getting separated. All four of them, even honestly, if they put in the practice, put in the work for it, I would not be surprised to see the race for the win going on, and then these four all battling it out amongst themselves.
Yeah, it'll definitely be a fun race tonight here at Chicagoland. As Hal was saying, there are some Cup regulars in the field. We've got Tegan Jones, Bradley Domer Jr., Michael Fox, and Kevin Hall here tonight. We've got a comment from Weasel here. Hola, mi amigo Sal. It's a great reference. But we're ready to go. Qualifying is just beginning right now. Talk to me about Chicagoland a little bit, Sal. A lot of the mile and a halves are similar, but Chicagoland, I personally feel like has a different vibe in the corners than a lot of the other mile and a halves. It's definitely you can make mistakes by hitting that apron down there in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So talk to me about Chicagoland a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you hit that wrong, you're shooting up or just not holding your spot, and then even on the backstretch, it's not straight at all. So you're also trying to adjust there, make sure you're staying in the draft to try and get a good run into that corner. I feel like there's a couple people in here giving the stakes that are on the line tonight that could be seeing maybe some drastic moves there towards the end of the race where they're just going to be sending it, and that's typically never going to work here.
hmm Now, I think this is kind of a layup question for you here, Sal. Who do you think is the most aggressive out of the final four drivers tonight?
That's
Spencer? That's a pretty
yeah.
safe bet. So there is an interesting thing about the qualifying for this race. The four Cup guys in the field are laying back, and they are not going to put in a competitive lap time. So the top four starters will be the final four drivers tonight. So good on the Cup guys for doing that. Those guys will start 1, 2, 3, 4 that are fighting for the championship. Spencer Boyd's currently leading the qualifying race. Who is your ultimate favorite, Sal? If you had to pick one driver that stands out to you on who your pick is.
I would love for Harris to win. I mean, you could tell this would mean a lot to him. Which I mean, it'd mean a lot to all of these guys, but I personally really want to see him take it home tonight.
Yeah. Um, with Harris, we saw, if you guys looked at the Instagram posts we came out with yesterday, he says you're going to see a different Harris Plex tonight. He is fired up to win this championship. He's never had an opportunity at a championship. I believe the last time he might have been the Xfinity Series, maybe 6 years ago. So it's been a long time. and he has got to be fired up to have another chance at a championship. S'Mores was the inaugural Truck Series champion also back in 2018, so he's got a chance to be one of 3 drivers, he would become the 3rd, in CFRL history to win multiple championships overall. Spencer never fought for a championship before, just got eliminated from the Cup Series playoffs this last week at the Charlotte Roval, so he'll be looking to get a title tonight. And Ryan Harp, also title-less so far. We talked about Harris's motivations. Who else do you think could be really motivated to get this done? Because you have a lot of different angles. You have S'Mores kind of at his comeback angle. You have Spencer just trying to prove something. And Ryan Harp kind of under the radar trying to prove that the Midweek Series is his.
Yeah, like you said with S'Mores, I mean, you definitely know he's fired up. We, especially me, I mean, racing with him about every Wednesday night, he gets so fired up, and he knows that he established himself pretty early. I'm pretty sure he called his shot as well at some point before the playoffs started, saying he was the one to beat in this series. So you can definitely see how much it would mean to him. Spencer just wants the championship in the interview. I'm sure those 2 would mean a lot to him. And then
The interview
Darth
more than
Kylo,
the championship.
Yeah. And then Darth Kylo, I mean, some people might think that he's kind of just running.
You got the invites,
like
right?
the underdog role. Yeah.
Okay.
Like the underdog role. So I'm pretty sure he'd like to prove people wrong and show that he can compete with these guys.
And the front row is the pair of drivers with 4 wins on the year. Spencer Boyce on pole, Cameron Morris starting 2nd. I believe Ryan Harp will start 3rd, Josh Harris 4th. Harp has 1 win this year at the dirt race, I believe at Drebin, and Josh Harris won in Miami. 4 wins for S'Mores and Spencer Boyce, so they definitely have the advantage in that tally. S'Mores was the regular season champion in the Midweek Series, so he was the most consistent throughout the year for sure. But here we are. The field are ready to go. The top 4 are the top 4 fighting for the championship, and the green flag will wave. We're underway in the championship race at Chicagoland. Pretty even start for the top 2. They'll be side by side into turn 1. Spencer gets the advantage. Pushed by Kylo. Can he clear S'Mores? A great start by the inside lane. 54-19 or 1-2 now. The championship 4 finished the first lap, still as the top 4. Will we see these guys try to make any moves? Darth Kylo peeking a little bit. Not going to get it done here in 1 and 2.
And that's going to open this door there for S'Mores. I believe he's under him here as they head into the backstretch.
He's actually under pressure from Harris around the outside. Harris makes a big move on the outside of S'Mores. They'll be side by side coming out of turn 4 here. Can Harris get the run off? He'll get the draft for now, but now S'Mores will get the draft. Still side by side. Harris looking to get 3rd spot from S'Mores. Spencer going all the way to the bottom.
Blocking.
This is a little crazy from Spencer really early on. Let's go on board with Darth Kylo. He's going to look low. Spencer blocks again. Really aggressive early from the 54 of Spencer. Trying to hold Darth Kylo back. Now Kylo. Yeah, that cost him.
Kylo.
Oh, Harris clears himself. Might not have been clear. Got into Kylo, moves him up the track a little bit, was not clear. Kylo falls back from almost leading right back to 4th. Mineco looking to pass Tegan here for 5th. Looks like the Cup guys are just hanging right now behind these 4 championship guys. Darth Kylo making a move here. This is for 3rd. What do you think about what you've seen so far, Sal?
I mean, I feel like Kylo did exactly what he needed to in those first couple of laps. Even on that first lap, I believe, heading into turn 3 and 4, he tried to look underneath Spencer because he knew how aggressive Spencer's going to be. He could be lap 1 or the last lap. He will block and protect that bottom, as he's shown us already.
And we obviously know Spencer is very aggressive any day of the week, but could this championship atmosphere ramp up his aggression even more? We might have a battle for second now. S'mores looking low on Harris. Harris, yeah, he'll shut the door, maybe not. S'mores getting a good run through the middle of the corner. We've seen a lot of side-by-side action so far, haven't we?
Absolutely, and someone who's loving this is the 54 of Spencer, because if he could just hit his marks, he'd be able to scoot away now.
I did hear rumblings that he practiced with S'mores, just those two in a practice, and he was not happy. So could he be showing his hand on that and being a little concerned about S'mores' speed? S'mores has been really, really quick lately.
These guys are closing in on him a little. They settled that second, third, and fourth position, and now they are coming.
We'll be coming to the stripe here for lap 9. The field is going to have a moment of silence, lap 9 through lap 11. We will also observe that here, and we will stay silent to remember those lost on 9/11. Thank you, folks, for observing the silence with us. We had a almost battle for the lead between S'mores and Spencer there. Talk me through what you saw there, Sal. S'mores made a charge at it.
Yeah, I mean, like we've seen so far for all 11 laps, Spencer is not going to let that bottom go. The only way you're going to be able to pass him is if you can make that outside work. And I don't think S'mores is going to be very patient with him at some point, especially if it gets later on into the race.
On board with S'mores, he looks like he's moving all over the place for clean track to try to get around S'mores. Spencer is blocking all over the place, though. Maybe a little shot there.
I think that's going to be what he has to do. He's going to have to try and give him a big enough shot to where he has to lift a little more in the corners than what he needs to.
Spencer seems pretty unfazed right now. They're talking about Drake and Josh. Oh, he hits the apron. That's the move. S'mores going to get under him here. Battle for the lead. First lap not led by Spencer Boys. Cameron Morris takes the lead, but this brings the whole field right back into it. Strong performance from Darth, Kylo, and Harris so far, too. They've been hanging with these guys.
Yeah, they lost a little there during the moment of silence, but that battle just pulled them right back in, and they know that.
Kylo right on the bumper of S'mores. Spencer falling back. Oh, Harris makes a little contact with him. Could that feud flare back up today?
It's the last lap and Harris is behind Spencer. They're either both not making it or one of those 54s is not.
Kylo looking low. Could we have a battle for the lead? S'mores tries to block. What are they going to do? Diving into 3 and 4. I don't think Kylo has the mid-corner speed to be able to sustain that run on the inside, but they stay side by side, and he's got the field helping him.
Yeah.
He's got a pair of 54s shoving him to the lead here. Darth Kylo looking for it. And he is going to clear S'mores. A nice little slide job, but maybe a crossover from S'mores. Side by side still. Can S'mores get the lead back? Kylo looking for the run off the corner. Harris maybe going to look in the middle. Kylo leads that lap. The third championship Ford driver to lead in this race. Problem in the back. Kevron around. Last year's champion, Kevron. Wrecks in turn 1. Darth Kylo will be pitting this lap, as will Spencer Boyce. I think Cameron Morris might pit too. A lot of drivers pitting this lap.
I don't know how Cameron's going to do it. He's stuck on that outside lane.
Oh, they're going to all hit each other. All the guys pitting. The championship 4 pits, and they all hit each other. We'll lock in on these guys to see which of these 4 comes out of the pits first. The stage is lap 33 to 34. Obviously, that doesn't have real impact on this race. The stage finishes have no result over who is champion tonight. It is just the driver that finishes the best out of these 4. Darth Kylo sped.
Yeah, they all had so much speed in there, you had to have guessed one of them were going to speed.
Rest of the field pitting. S'mores and Harris will exit. Spencer will be third. And a good thing for Darth Kylo, obviously, you don't want to get the speeding penalty, but it is good to get it out of the way now, I guess. There is a stage caution, and the pit road penalty will not be enough to put him a lap down, so he'll be in a good spot still. Obviously losing track position, not what he wanted, but he'll have to move back through the field. Now we'll see. Cameron Morris, the first driver of the first group that pits, will he come out? Tegan Jones leads the second group off of pit road. We'll see where they come out in relation to each other here. Grass kicked up by Bradley and Mindkiller. Working not to come up early. And we've got a battle for the lead. It's going to be Cameron Morris. And Tegan's in a bad spot for Harris and Spencer. They just lost a lot of time to S'mores because of where Tegan was at.
I mean, if you have to follow someone, why not follow the best in the league here? See what you can learn.
Tegan Jones on fresh tires, yeah. Hard to beat. Anything you've seen so far you want to point out, Sal? Anybody that you think is strong that we might not have highlighted much yet?
I mean, honestly, Kylo, he's surprised me
impressed,
a lot this
yes.
race. Obviously, a speeding penalty doesn't help him, but like you mentioned, you have that stage caution coming up. Just kind of re-rack, clear the mentality, and go get it here where it counts after the stage.
And I don't know if he made any adjustments, but if there's a time to maybe swing to see if he got something in the tank on pit adjustments, the time would be now, I'd assume, right? Oh, we've got... Oh, that is a big, big block by Harris there. Harris is not going to let Spencer by easy as Tegan Jones takes the lead. The 98 car leading now at Chicagoland. But he gets on the wall up there. S'mores lets him back in, and I think it's probably in the best interest for S'mores to follow, because with these guys being side by side, they could maybe pull away.
Definitely.
Spencer, not very smart here.
Yeah, he tried making a move there, couldn't make it work, and now he's in jeopardy of losing a couple more spots.
There's 3 wide back there. Man, Mindkiller hanging it at the top. You don't see that too often. S'mores might have been loose there off of 4. Harris making an aggressive move now. I think, did S'mores cut him off there? Oh, Spencer into Harris.
And then Spencer gets into him.
That's not, Harris is real slow on the backstretch. That is not going to be, he is not going to be happy about that. He said that we're going to have a different Harris, and he just got pushed around by 2 different championship guys that he probably sees as the biggest threats. If you were him, and when this stage caution comes out and you're back with the lead group, do you get back at these guys?
I think you hit him when it's crunch time. I don't think you do anything right now. Basically, same thing Kylo is probably doing right now. Just kind of take it easy, cruise over in the stage, and then just remember this whenever you're coming down to those final laps battling them.
With how these guys are racing, Tegan Jones is going to be gone for the stage.
They're 4 wide.
This is crazy. Momentary 4 wide, now it's 2 by 2. Bradley on the top of S'mores. Now Spencer as S'mores clears Bradley. This will help Harris.
Oh, yeah.
This will give him a chance to get back with this group if they keep battling as feverishly as they have been.
I think Bradley cut Spencer a break there because it looked like Spencer was washing up the track a little, and Bradley kind of just let off there and let him in.
Well, you don't want to cause a guy a championship, you know. And it could come around. Bradley's in a pretty good spot maybe to make the Final 4 for the Cup Series, so you don't want Spencer to remember that and get back at you when it hurts you the most now. So being a Cup guy in this race is kind of a tough spot, I'd say, wouldn't you? I mean, it's what do you do, right?
Yeah, unless you can get in a position like the way Tegan did, where he's gone and away from them. You have to be very cautious how you're racing these guys, because the slightest contact, especially after the stage, can just ruin any one of these contenders' race.
Our camera's staying on this group here because Tegan Jones is absolutely gone. He has pulled away big time from this group of 4. And I think it's been pretty shown. S'mores and Spencer are being a bit over-aggressive tonight, I think.
Yeah, neither one of them want to follow the other, for whatever reason that may be. Obviously, stage points don't mean anything tonight, but these guys are acting as if that will be the difference between winning and losing this title.
Could track position be that important that these guys are trying to get it when they can and have the advantage?
I don't think so, because I mean, if you can judge your run correctly, you can get up underneath whatever driver you need to pass, or if the other driver makes a mistake. I don't see track position being that meaningful, especially with the pit stop coming up where anything could happen.
We talked about Bradley wanting to cut Spencer a break. He just rutted him up out of the way for 3rd. So maybe that's out the window now. Bradley got a little impatient behind Spencer, just moved him up out of the way. And this is really what S'mores wants to see. He's 2nd place right now, and he's got 2 more Cup drivers in between him and the next championship contender. And could Harris, you know, we obviously know the well-documented feud between him, Harris and Spencer. Could that get in Harris's head and him focus more on the feud between those two than actually winning the championship?
You have to keep in mind who you're racing. If you're in a spot where you're behind the Twix 54, then maybe it crosses your mind. I know it definitely should, and it probably definitely will if he blocks Harris the way he's been blocking everyone else. But all in the moment, like, I don't think if they're running 3rd and 4th, they'll get into it. Well, actually, maybe. No, yeah, it'll be in his head. It'll definitely be in his head. They're going to have contact again this race.
I would not be surprised. And do you think, I'm not sure really what happened with Harris and S'mores that might have started that. Do you think we see anything there?
Probably just aggressive blocking. I feel like 2 out of the 3 contenders that have led have shown that they will do anything and block anywhere on the track. So, I mean, if Morris is still doing that come closer to the end of the race, I would not be surprised to see, honestly, any of the other
Oh,
three
contact!
just
Spencer and
moving.
S'mores off turn 4. Spencer hangs on to it as Bradley takes second spot there. He made the pass on the backstretch. But, oh, a big shot from S'mores to Bradley. Running him over through 1 and 2 there. And Bradley checks the whole group up.
Now they're stuck 3 wide.
Look at this. They are still 3 wide. Oh, they're wrecking.
Oh my god.
Spencer came down in the S'mores, and that wrecks Mind Killer.
For the stage?
Oh, we might have beef between S'mores and Spencer.
That was so uncalled for. This pays nothing.
Man. Tegan Jones wins the first stage, but my goodness. It got aggressive there between some of the championship contenders late.
Why would you do that? You're just putting yourself in a bad spot.
Sally, have we ever known Spencer to be the smart one and knowing when to pick and choose your battles?
You're racing for a championship. If you didn't think about this before, you probably shouldn't be here. That was crazy. Like, he did everything he could to get third.
He'll never change. That's for sure. Pit stall number 1 occupied by Bradley here, so we'll focus on him to see the order off of pit road. That one pilot flying J crew giving him a 15.9 second stop. Probably will be good enough for him to remain in the second spot. Tegan Jones coming out first. Oh, Spencer actually will come out second. Now so we'll have Tegan and Spencer on the front row, or we'll see what they do at choose cone here. You assume Spencer will pick whatever lane Tegan doesn't. He's not very good at the choose cone, though. All right, front row, Tegan and Spencer. Row 2 will be Bradley and Mind Killer, then row 3, S'mores and Harris. So Spencer's got a clear advantage over his 3 other championship contenders. He's restarting second, while the other 3 are restarting 5th, 6th, and 7th.
I just don't like that outside lane pit.
Bad restart for Mind Killer. That holds up Harris as we're back green here. Tegan Jones leads the field down into turn 1. Oh, Spencer gets wicked loose. S'mores almost darted at him there, maybe trying to scare him. Let's go on board with Harris here. Ride with him. As Darth Kylo had a big restart. He went from 7th to 4th. Spencer falls back from 2nd to 5th. S'mores moves from 5th to 3rd. Harris stays in 6th. What will Harris do as he gets to the back of Spencer here? Does he retaliate?
It's too early. Just kind of try to maybe push him because there's a slight gap between. Never mind, it's close.
Closed up there.
But
Kyle
I say
had a bad
you
entry,
kind of
yeah.
just stay in line here.
If I know Harris, I don't think he's going to stay in line behind him.
Or Spencer will just go to the outside for no reason and cost himself.
Kylo getting aggressive there. They're side by side. Harris going to side draft Spencer. No love lost between these two.
Kylo was able to get underneath.
Oh, S'mores into the wall! Big hit for S'mores. Could there be damage? But the time lost is the biggest damage for him. He has now lost this lead group. Could that be the difference for S'mores? He's got to lock in now and work hard to get back. Darth Kylo is the net champion currently, as Harris is right behind him on his back bumper. Tegan hits the wall. Bradley takes the lead. It's a feverish run to the line here. They're 3 wide for second, 2 wide behind him. Darth Kylo on the top, but what a move by Harris. He'll get up to second. Oh, he clears himself. Wow.
Goodness. I tell you what, S'mores is loving this. He's inching ever so closer, but he's stuck in a battle back there with Mind Killer, and that's just going to cost him a little bit of time.
What happened right there is exactly what he wants to see. Now Kevron into the wall. He'll bounce off of Spencer. They hang on, but this will bring S'mores right back into it. Exactly what he needed in the 22 car. Not a good corner for Bradley there. Harris gained some time on him. S'mores hasn't closed that gap quite yet. He's still trailing a little bit behind the field. Probably enough to get the draft, but... oh, he's going to get a little loose.
How much damage does he have? That could be what's costing him here.
Could be. It was a big hit. I don't know if it was enough to get damage, but it very well could be, because he hit that wall pretty flush. There could be some side or front damage on the car. His little loose moment there in turn 4 last time has hurt him a little bit. The gap is bigger now between him and Kevron. When you're S'mores in this spot, Sal, this is your season for the Midweek Series. You see it slipping away. What's going through your mind right now?
You just try to start thinking of anything and everything you can do to try and get that track position, because... I mean, if there is damage, you're trying to think if it's in your best interest to take the extra second. You're trying to think of how you can maybe get off sequence here to put yourself in a better spot than your contenders. Because now not only do you have to try and beat the other 3, you want to get rid of the car in between as well.
Right.
The cars in between with Tegan and Kevron there.
And we're just hearing now over the radio there was no damage on the 22 car. He is fighting tight, though, as we got a battle for the lead now. Bradley running him really tight. And Bradley's going to get up into the fence. Spencer's going to get into the back of him. Another incident for the championship guy. Spencer had one there. S'mores had one earlier on. Darth Kylo sped. Harris got hit by Spencer earlier. All these 4 championship drivers have had an incident that has really hurt them.
And that brought S'mores right back into it.
As now the 4th
with the pack.
We have the 4th championship driver to lead the race. Josh Harris out front. How aggressive will he be to keep this lead? There's one way to guarantee yourself the championship, and that is to win this race. Can he do it? They're 3 wide in the back. Kevron, Spencer, and Bradley. Tegan trying to make a move on the outside of Harris here. He's been working on him for a couple laps. This could be the move, though. Tegan takes the lead.
I was just about to say, if I'm Harris, I'm doing whatever I can to keep that 98 between me and Kylo, but that did not last long.
And now he'd washed up. Kylo's going to look low. Ooh, he might have gotten into the quarter panel, got a little loose. That Swiffermobile was sliding down the backstretch. We have S'mores and Spencer in the back, and these 2 are lucky to still be in it. They had 2 of them both had pretty big incidents there. Spencer looking
I
low
always
on
say for this
Kevron.
kind of race, all you want is a chance, and those two have been granted a second chance at this.
Oh, into the
Oh,
wall!
s'mores!
They made contact in the straightaway. Spencer got loose. And he's giving S'mores the spot, but S'mores is not happy. He might have damage. He hit the wall hard. They made contact on the backstretch. And these two drivers with 4 wins on the season are now trailing the lead pack. Big time.
And Kylo's trying to look for that spot that will give him the provisional championship for now.
Right now, the battle for the title is between the 19 and the 54. They're racing really tight off of turn 4. Harris slots in third. Provisional champion Darth Kylo. Oh, Harrison will look low. Aggressive move. Kylo slams the door, though. We're coming to the halfway point in the race, and it's going to get really tight. Oh, Bradley and Kevron make contact. My word. This has picked up big time, Sal.
Yeah, this is incredible. I mean, now the two guys that are mad at each other, well, Cameron being mad at Spencer, he now needs to use Spencer all he can to try and get back to this pack.
S'mores and Spencer pitting this lap, looks like. And Mindkiller pits too. 3 drivers pitting now. We assume the drivers will pit next this lap. And I've got to say, I am really impressed with Darth Kylo in the 19.
I was just about to bring that up. Tegan has not been able to get away from them the way he did in that first stage. So this is, if you're going to have a championship drive, this is a hell of a race to have it at.
Absolutely. Darth Kylo pitting, so is Harris. Tegan Jones. Bradley will stay out. Darth Kylo spins. He hits the inside wall.
Oh my god.
Darth Kylo. A big time error for driver number 19. Kevron speeds. This puts Harris in an incredible spot right now.
You just got to hit your marks here.
Bradley will now pit. We'll see where Harris comes out. We'll be watching along on the onboard of Harris here as he exits the pits as that Sports Clips crew finishes their stop. Tegan exiting. And if I'm Harris, I'm hoping I can get Tegan's draft and follow him around this track. This is a playground for Tegan Jones. I would want to be right behind him. But look at this. Wow. The pitting early, the short pit for S'mores works big time. What a job by the 22 crew. They now are the provisional champion.
It worked out for Spencer as well, as he was able to get past Harris there.
Wow. And that really hurts Harris. I mean, something happened with him. He either had a slow stop or I don't know what, but he lost a lot of time to Tegan and the rest of the field here. And him and Tegan entered the pits at the same time, and he lost a lot of time.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like a slow entry or anything, because he passed Kylo and he closed the gap quite a bit on Tegan there.
Now Harris back here needs to make quick work of Spencer with that lap fresher tires. Oh, Spencer's going to block him.
Shocker.
I don't think that's in Spencer's best interest to block.
Absolutely not.
They're going to make a little contact. I don't think Harris will appreciate this very much. They go into 3 and 4. Spencer looking to let him go here. Now Harris takes over, and it's in his hands. He's got to drive back up to this group to get the 22. And S'mores has 2 of the best drivers in the series, in the Cup Series, in the group with him right now. Mindkiller leading the charge, Tegan right behind him. The short pitting pays off big time for S'mores, as he's going to lose second spot here to Teagan. An important thing to see for S'mores here, he'll have 1 lap older tires than Teagan. Same with Mindkiller, but these two are very, very quick drivers. Could be in jeopardy of losing this group and falling right back into the clutches of Harris. He's already got a little bit of a gap now.
Yeah, that's definitely got to be in the back of his mind, and then especially with Harris being on lap pressure, this gap could easily go away the way it was created.
But it's a pretty big gap for Harris. He's got to do a lot of work to get back to him.
Either that, or he's going to need the 22 of S'mores to make another mistake.
And he was struggling. Like, he was not able to get back to the group at times, even though they were battling quite hard. And his car just doesn't look like it's very good. He lost a lot of time to the front two, right there.
It seems like it just can't hug the bottom the way he needs it to. I feel like he's washing up about every lap.
But I don't think Harris is getting the time he quite needs just yet. We've got a group of 3 now with Harris. It's Harris, Spencer, and Bradley. Bradley making a move on Spencer now. Looking for that 5th spot. That strategy call will be huge for S'mores. Because his car does not seem like it handles very good. But it's good enough not to lose much time to Harris right now, though. As we look at poor Darth Kylo, his chances are over unless there's another caution. Bradley making a move on Harris here. This is not going to help Harris. Well, actually it could, if you think about it.
Yeah, if he can hang on to the draft here with Bradley. Bradley's one of those fast drivers as well. He could easily take him inch a little closer to the S'mores coming up to the last stop. We got to make one more, right?
We'll definitely have more than one. I think maybe 2 more stops.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We have just under 40 to go right now. A fuel window is about 19 laps, so I believe we will have 2 more stops till the end of this race.
And I will 2 more stops to make a mistake. So.
From this onboard camera of Harris, you can see that Bradley is pulling away now, but the S'mores is Mindkiller just said something really stupid. Kind of rattled me a little bit there, but S'mores is that dot is getting bigger on the screen of Harris right now. Mindkiller said he was running a high 9. I don't.
What?
Chevron lags out. .68 at Chevron lags out. If you're Harris, you got to put together the laps of your life right now. Do you look at short pitting S'mores potentially?
That's what I was thinking right now. If you could position yourself to do it, I say go for it. I mean, why are you gonna? If you play follow the leader, you're just gonna end up following him the rest of the race. You have to try something different.
And if you remember the Midweek Championship last year at Gateway in the Truck Series, the championship winning call was early in the race when Chevron short pitted the field and got a huge gap over James Iconelli. A very similar outcome here tonight as S'mores short pits Harris and gets a big gap over him. This time, though, S'mores was behind Harris by quite a bit. I'm really stunned by the amount that S'mores gained on that short pit.
Yeah, something had to have gone wrong there on the 54 of Harris's pit stop, because that gap was just too big for him to have made up like that. I feel like over the course of the last couple of laps, Harris has lost a ton of time toward.
He has. Spencer came back to him. Harris pulled it from Spencer a little bit, but now Spencer's getting it back. Spencer might have to take the fight to Harris here, because he's probably the faster car. We got the pair of 54s here working together. S'mores will be pitting this lap. Third place driver, S'mores, provisional champion, pitting this lap. And now what's very, very important is that he does not make any mistakes here. That's a pretty good entry by Spencer. So this does, I mean, they are in the window to make on one more stop after this here. We'll see if there's any strategy calls potentially made. We've got S'mores and Spencer in the pits right now. Looks like the top two are going to pit now. It's Tegan and Mindkiller. Looks like Tegan, or Mindkiller might have gotten the back of Tegan there.
Harris also pits this time.
Yep, 54 Harrison. Conservative entry, it looks like. Spencer sounds disappointed that S'mores beat him out of the pits, like he wasn't seconds ahead of him before the pits. It's a big gap, though. S'mores has a lot of space between him and Spencer here. Let's see where Harris exits in relation to S'mores. S'mores coming down the front stretch. He's going to pass Harris right here. We'll see where Harris comes out in relation to Spencer now. How does that one lap short pit affect Harris this time? It hurts him again by a lot. Seems like short pitting is the difference here. Because the guys that haven't short pitted have lost a lot of time, and they have not been able to gain it back all night.
Harris is going to need something to happen here.
I don't know if there's going to be. I mean, the cars are so spread out. And even look, like Bradley's going to get passed by Spencer here. So Bradley had walked away from these guys. So that waiting on those pit stops is not a good idea. In this race, it seems like you need to pit as early as you can. Cameron Morris in a great spot. He was the 2018 Truck Series champion. He's been in the Cup Series Final Four before. And now he's looking to add Midweek Series champion to his CFRL resume. If you're S'mores, Sal, it's got to be just don't mess up now, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you just want to hit your marks here until this last pit stop, and then you have a huge gap. Take it literally as conservative as possible. You've seen how not pitting on the same lap as you cost Harris, so unless he comes out with an amazing strategy and amazing drive here, he probably isn't going to be a factor. You just take your time, slow it down, enter pits, change all four tires, and get out of there.
Now, if you're somebody like Harris, do you just pit when the window opens to try to just throw a Hail Mary? You got to do something, right? Even Spencer, too.
Yeah, you can't settle for that. You can't just accept defeat. As soon as that window opens, you gotta be the first one in. Just try anything to beat this 22 because you're not gonna catch him on track.
It's going to be tough. Spencer's not happy. Bradley takes the spot from him here. Oh, they're going to keep battling. Spencer sent it in really hard. Bradley's going to get the run off the corner. Spencer went in that corner really, really hard.
He was almost hugging the wall there.
These three got to try to draft up to S'mores here. I don't think anything's going to be enough. He is way, way out there right now.
You can tell Spencer's kind of just trying to send it in now.
I mean, what else can he do? Obviously, you know, you'd want to be driving better. I think something did just get thrown. I heard something. Bradley into the wall, and so is Spencer. Is there anything these two can do to flip the script on S'mores? I don't think so. But what do you think, Sal?
I don't, I don't think so. I mean, this, we mentioned earlier. I mean, you could try to just pit as soon as the window opens, but I don't think the difference is going to be so big in tires. I don't think it'll help you.
Well, Spencer trying to make a pass on Bradley. He gets into the grass. Spencer's going to slide in behind him. That car does not look like it's handling very well, the 54 of Spencer.
Probably driving with one hand up.
What's the other hand doing?
Throwing stuff.
Thought it could be doing some other things. Anyway, we're going to look here at S'mores. Here in third. Steady now, S'mores. Take it home to win this championship. Sounds like Spencer's got COPD. He is huffing and puffing. Spencer sticking with Bradley here. Harris just trailing behind him. Let's focus on the leader here, Tegan Jones. He is gapped from Mind Killer. Looking to add to that triple digits in this win column. Oh, we're having a little beef between Harris and Spencer here. He's mad about Spencer blocking for second in the championship.
It's only right that the season ends like this.
I love it. We'll see if anything happens here. Can Harris get back to Spencer? Because the way he's talking right now, he is not happy. We didn't see the block on camera here, but ever since it happened, Spencer's pulled back from Harris. That's not a good corner for Spencer, though. Harris is going to pit here. I love this call. This is exactly what we were talking about. Harris needed to be on the offensive. The pit window just opened. Harris in the pits here. I don't know if it's going to win him the race, but it's what he has to do.
And see if that makes Cameron here have to react to it, because at the end of the day, that's who you're racing.
Exactly. Does this draw him in? Mind Killer's in. S'mores stays out another lap. But Mind Killer getting the short pit on Teague, and that could have impact on the race.
I kind of like this call a little more now.
Does S'mores stay out another lap? He's got to pit soon here, right? You have to react. I know it's not definitely a nightmare scenario, but you got to do something because these guys have been. Yep, he's pitting here. Pretty conservative entry from S'mores, just trying to get down there and be safe. Spencer now, he's also pitting, so he follows S'mores. Spencer, I'll do the impression here for you folks watching. He just said, "I'm pitting now, S'mores will just come out ahead of me again." And the whole lobby is basically calling him an idiot because he was already 4 seconds behind S'mores. So obviously S'mores would come out of the pits ahead of him. It's a 16-2 for S'mores. And the guy we're watching is Harris. He's on the backstretch right now. Where will S'mores come out in relation to him? There's a dot up there. Is that Spencer or S'mores? That is Spencer. So Harris did not get the laps he needed there. He actually lost time. I like the call, but it did not work. He lost time to Spencer even, 2 laps after. I'm really surprised by that.
Yeah, I did. I thought it was at least going to draw him in between.
Wow, look at all the time Mind Killer's lost. Look at this. Oh, this is Bradley, excuse me. Mind Killer did lose a lot of time to Teagan, though. Mind Killer short pitted and lost a lot of time. Uh-oh. I think we all know what's about to happen.
Say if he leaves, call a caution.
Make it fun. Spencer obviously not happy about the results currently. As S'mores is in a great spot to take this Midweek Series championship home. 4 wins on the year. He's been the best driver all season. And now he only has about 13 and a half laps to take that championship home. Gotta feel for Darth Kylo. He was up there in the fight, had his incident entering pit road. He just fell a lap down now. Tough circumstances for Darth Kylo tonight.
Yeah, it was one of his most impressive races, I'd say, on the season, honestly. And I think he was taking the fight a lot more than what people thought he was going to bring.
He really impressed me tonight. Battle here between Bradley and Spencer. Bradley takes that spot. That's for 4th. Selfishly, I'd love to see these 54s come around each other again.
It might happen, the way Spencer is sending it in on Bradley.
Spencer's not happy. Yeah, I'll tell you that. He's not happy. He said, I guess I got no choice here but to draft with Bradley. I don't think anything he can do can bring S'mores back. He'll need the longest fishing pole in the world to get him back right now. He is way, way out there. Oh, it sounds like a steam engine train in that chat right now. You know the sound they make, like the psh, that's what he just sounded like. Harris losing a lot of time. Spencer is still not happy. Let's you know what, we have these last few laps. Let's crank it up.
Depending on which.
Guys, don't acknowledge it. I would try not to watch it in my mirror. He took his mic off anyway, so I don't think he hears. But
I mean,
I'm just gonna say this: if he causes anything, I don't think we're gonna call a caution for it because it's gonna cause somebody that's not even a factor.
I just don't get why he was blocking me for second when S'mores is waiting.
I don't get why he's mad. He's 11 seconds behind the leader.
Yeah,
he's 5 seconds behind S'mores. He's not had the speed apparently.
I got screwed by my fucking pit crew all night and myself driving into the wall 6 fucking times. Or I'd be right there with S'mores. I wasn't that far behind him when we put it to one time, and then my pit crew just had 16 plus second stops with no damage all night. And
Harp, at the end of this, you want me to let you go so you get a lead lap finish, or do you just want to finish?
I just want to finish. I just want to get out of here. One more lap. But I think I wouldn't say anything.
I think might come back and bite me in the ass.
Well, at least I'm handling it better than Spencer. This is an every week thing at Cup races. Like, the man could be running fucking third and pulling away from
He's done it.
fourth.
He's quitting second. He's quit a race from second in a Cup car.
Yeah, it was the Sonoma race. I would go no more yellows. I just can't fuck up. I think it's fine. I mean, if you want to come back to me and let me get third, that'd be great. Third, I'm pulling away from everyone behind me. I think I'm comfortable right here.
Sitting there fucking raging, I'd hope so.
I'm okay. I want to have an interview.
How about that, Sally?
You started that at the perfect time.
I really did. That was good comedic timing, as there's only 4 laps remaining in S'mores' campaign here for the Midweek Series Championship. Winning the race is out of the question, but the championship looks like it's his, as Tegan Jones now is approaching 3 laps to go. He has completely yarded Mindkiller. Darth Kyle has actually done a pretty good job since getting lapped, staying with Tegan, so that's got to pour a little salt in the wound. With only 3 laps left in this Midweek Series season, anybody watching, we want to thank you this season for tuning in with us. Anybody in this booth, Kevron was in here a lot, Ryan, Tegan, all participating quite a bit in the booth here. We appreciate all the folks that worked hard to put this series together, as there are 2 more laps in the 2024 Midweek Series Championship. Spencer continuing to yell there.
The 54s are right there.
Are they together?
They are together.
I am quite a big fan of that visual. But Tegan Jones will take the white flag. 1 more lap remaining.
Harris pushed Spencer up the track, and he puts him in the wall.
Spencer out of second. Harris will take that spot. But we lock in on Tegan Jones through 3 and 4 for the final time. He'll take it steady home. He'll win the race at Chicagoland. But Spencer, Mindkiller getting passed here for second by S'mores. Only 2 men have ever won multiple championships in CFRL history. S'mores is the third. He is the 2024 Midweek Series champion.
S'mores, good championship right now. Let's fucking go. Yes.
Hell yeah, S'mores.
Yes, let's fucking go.
By 7/1000ths of a second and getting second.
Yes.
I actually got
and
up on my
Spencer
chair and started bouncing.
Oh my god. I could. I was watching it in the mirror the whole time. I was losing all kinds of time because I was watching it. And then them two came off of 4. And next thing I know, it kind of looks like hair slides up a little bit. That's what you do at this track. And then fucking Spencer comes down next to the door, and then Spencer goes, Zing! Right in the
I
wall.
want to see your replay, Bradley. Save it. You got all that from the mirror or looking behind you?
I was looking behind me.
Gotcha.
Spencer actually got Harris back for second. I'm not sure what happened. We were focused on S'mores winning the championship, but what a drive by S'mores. That big short pitting call as Harris gets the fastest lap will not be much of a consolation for him tonight, obviously. But that big short pit, Sal, that was the difference.
Yeah, I feel like maybe it would have worked out for Harris if he had committed to that a little bit earlier. Because, I mean, it ended up hurting him there whenever he finally tried it. That was just too big.
What a drive by Cameron Morris. As Kevron comments, second year in the row, the guy that finished second wins the championship in the Midweek Series. That is right. Kevron finished second last year en route to his Midweek championship. S'mores finishes second today. You want to get him in here, Sal?
Yeah.
As we wait on the Midweek Series champion here, Cameron Morris, as we were talking about, that big short pit call was the difference. What a job, what a drive. Cameron Morris, the 2024 Midweek Series champion. And there he is, the 2024 Midweek Series champion, S'mores. That big short pit call in the first stop in the second stage. Talk me through that. That was the difference in the race for you. What went through your mind there when you saw, it looked like you were down and out for a second after the contact on the backstretch with Spencer. Talk me through what you felt when you saw you came out miles ahead of Harris and Spencer.
Not gonna lie, I was surprised that the short pit actually worked out that good. But my pit crew also did a fantastic job too. I got a 15.2 second stop on top of that. So that the pit crew actually helped me out on that one too. So the one time the pit crew actually doesn't suck in the game, and it worked out for me. I was so happy. I was asking Bradley to keep an eye on like the interval between me and Harris because I knew something might happen between me, Spencer, and Harris. Just trying to keep an eye on that. They told me that I shouldn't worry about that, but I was like, you never know, something might happen. I could speed or something. Like I just want to be cautious just in case something happened. Luckily, something didn't happen, which is good. And that I think that, like you said, that I think that really made the difference because I thought I was mad, I was frustrated. Because I got twice, I screwed twice in that little one. First one, what happened the first time? I think oh yeah, Kylo hit me. We made contact in the middle of 3 and 4. I don't know if I came down to him or he went up into me, but we made contact and we sent me straight up into the wall, which I had to hit the brakes there. Luckily, I was still there to an extent. Then, of course, me and Spencer got together again, which that really put me in the back. Then that one, I was just pissed. I was pissed. And I'm like, dude, it's like, just stay away from me. Like, I am not in the mood right now. And I felt like the only choice I had to do was short pit. And luckily, it worked out. Because me, my killer, had finished second and third. Spencer, doing his own thing after the race. But I'm so happy that I got that win, not the championship win, not the race win. This is one time happy I finished second.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy, man. I'm overjoyed.
Now, one thing I mentioned in that call to the finish line, you become the third driver in CFRL history to have multiple championships on your resume. Only two other guys have done that before. How does it feel to be on that very, very short list of multiple-time champions in this league?
Well, the first one, it was handed to me literally lap one because none of the competitors showed up. It was just me, and I still went out there and won the daggone thing, racing against Smoking Sports Kid in Homestead. But this one, I really had to fight for it because I never had to fight for the championship before against competitors besides 2019, I think, and Cup. So I'm happy that it wasn't handed to me this time. I actually earned it. And I'm just so happy that I actually was able to win because, I said it before, I was down and out. It looked like, but the short pit was the difference, and I am so happy that that was the difference.
Sally, you have any questions for Spencer? Or S'mores? Sorry. I just saw your little meme with Spencer in the chat, and I had Spencer on my mind because the world does revolve around him.
Whatever.
So, I mean, leading into the race, practice and everything, how did you feel you were going to be the one to beat? Obviously, you've been the one to beat all season long. Do you think this race was going to be any different?
Uh, yes and no, because from the data that I've gathered from everyone else, I was the best. It seemed like, but Kylo actually was right there with me in second. But with how these draft races go, anyone has a shot at it. If you get in the right position at the right time, like a super speedway, if you're in it, you can win it, essentially. But I just had to get everything spread out because that would have really shown who has the best car between me, Spencer Harris, and Kylo. If we all got spread out in our own little bubbles, in our own little packs, maybe by ourselves, then we would see who really had the best car. And it seemed like for me, I was better than both Spencer and Harris. Kylo, unfortunately, he made a mistake on pit entry spin. I think he spun out on pit entry, which that's unfortunate for him because that basically took him out of the championship fight. Which would have happened would have been like if it came down between me, him, along with Spencer and Harris as well. Which that's unfortunate for him. I know he was. I felt like he actually had a pretty good shot winning the title tonight, just based on practice and all that. So, I felt like I had the best car overall, and I'm just happy that everything worked out the way that I hoped it did, with getting the long runs and all that, and pit strategy coming into play. Because that's what I wanted personally. I was be kicking myself if a caution came out late in that race and it came down to basically a pack race to the end. I would have been pretty frustrated about that.
All right, S'mores, well, congratulations on making history tonight and becoming the 2024 CFRL Midweek Series champion. Congratulations, my friend. Thank you for hopping in here with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Sal. And thank you, Mike and Sal, for broadcasting tonight.
My pleasure. Thank you, S'mores.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good night.
You as well. Before we talk to the other three championship contenders, we're going to get the race winner in here, Tegan Jones. We're just going to have a quick chat with him, talk to him about his race win. Kind of flew under the radar, but he had a great performance tonight. Who can be surprised about this guy winning? I don't think anybody. Just an incredible, incredible drive from him. There's the race winner, Tegan Jones. Tegan,
hello, fellas.
Big win for you tonight. Kind of flew under the radar in our broadcast because we were focused on what was going on between the championship guys. Talk to me about what it took for you.
We the four of us, the four non-regulars, just
the first half, before the stage, we spent that race just helping the guys stay up there.
Don't mind the sirens.
Yeah, stay in the draft, and help them, kind of keep in touch with each other. And then, during the pit cycle, I kind of went for the stage win because everybody got separated. So, that was my thing. Once everybody got separated, that's when I decided to go for it. And I think Mindkiller was kind of on the same agenda. I didn't push S'mores out to, a lead. I passed him pretty quickly, and then we left him on his own. So, it was fair after that. So, this was just, call me colleague. I was trophy hunting tonight. So, and, to keep it interesting, it would have been, a little bit more boring than what it was with me stinking it up or whatever, than just having 4 guys out there separated by, 5 seconds apiece. So, yeah, it's just, this is a good track for me. I was, in there, to watch shit, happen, kind of help people stay in touch with each other, if we can. Congratulations to S'mores. He thought he got fucked there for a little bit. He used a short pitch strategy to put him back into it, and that's ultimately what probably actually helped him get away from everybody and win the championship. So, and, kudos to him for recognizing that, because I was wondering if anybody was going to be able to recognize that was on the table to do tonight, and he did it. So congrats to him. And like I said, it was just about trophy hunting and putting Mindkiller in his place. I still consider it a fucking a hard on when I can make Mindkiller go, how do you do that? So, and I had him doing that on that last cycle. He short pitted me a lap, and I still gained a 10th or 2 on him on the cycle. So, I told him to suck my rot nut. So,
Hell yeah.
it was worth running just for that tonight, just to fucking see him eat shit.
Well, Tegan, you're kind of a proxy team owner of S'mores this year. He became one of just 3 drivers in CFRL history to have multiple championships. Talk me through how much that accomplishment means first, and what it means for you to see S'mores win that title tonight.
Oh, well, I mean, it means a lot. I mean, this league's been around, we're on our 6th year.
6th year, 7th season, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, counting the short season. He was kind of an OG, I think. I'm not
Definitely
like an OG,
was.
but he was in the first season,
First,
so
it was in 2018, yeah.
He was one of the first champions in the truck series, so I feel like he might have had to earn it a little bit more this year, because I feel like maybe back then
He did not have to earn that championship.
the competition wasn't probably that
Yeah.
great, if I remember the story correctly. Now that I
Yeah.
think about that, I actually had forgotten about that, but I feel like he had to earn it this year, especially tonight. Like I said, he was behind due to Spencer overdriving his talent, and it says a lot. It says something when you got the same guys who might go for a little bit and then they come back and they're able to do something. S'mores is one of those. Kevron is another who just got eliminated on the Cup side and has won a race this year and won this title last year in Midweek. So it just shows that people can still do it. That's been in this league for a while, because I think Kevron is from like 2018 as well. I think I remember seeing a couple of his wins from that year. So it's a great accomplishment when you can join certain drivers and winning multiple championships. I feel like I had a hand in that. I think I made you both better. You a little indirectly, just because I guess I pushed you. S'mores, I've worked with S'mores a lot this year, a ton on practicing. I feel like he's 50% better than what he was at the beginning of the year when it comes to running these races and keeping calm and making the right calls and shit like that. So I'm not going to take the credit for that, but I will know that I had a hand in it, and I'm fine with that. Now when it gets to the Cup side, I feel like he's starting to gain a little bit, and I may have to stop that shit. So I can't. I can only guide you for so long before I'm pushing you in there and watching you sink or swim. So yeah, it's kudos to S'mores for winning multiple championships. Midweek is a little combination series. It still kind of counts. We count it. It counts for all-time wins, so obviously that definitely counts as championship. So nobody can't say much, against that. I know this series has low turnout, and it's for the drivers that usually do not have a shot on the cup side. And I know us cup guys still come down and kind of stink it up every once in a while, but if we didn't, the interest would be gone. So I don't know. It's something we'll work on later, but like I said, kudos to Morris and whoever wins multiple championships. I don't think there's very many people that can still do that. I think it may just be us three still. So I'm not. Well, Kevron could.
Ryan.
Not this year, and Ryan. Ryan could this year. So yeah, Ryan's still in it this year. On the cup side. So Kevron got eliminated, so he's done for at least another year. But there's still not a lot of people that can say that they can do that. That still actually races every week in this league. So I think Ryan and Kevron are the only two. So that's a pretty elite group to be included with. It's people that's been in this league for a while. They've been in this league longer than me. Everybody that I've talked about, you, Kevron,
I was
Ryan,
day one, baby.
Yeah, y'all have been in this league longer than I have. I didn't get into 2019, and I barely made it because I thought about quitting. So I missed the first 2 or 3 races that year in the Xfinity Series. So just imagine where we would be. I mean,
you made an interesting point. You are quite a bit of my motivation. I don't know if I'd be as good as I am now.
I don't think you would be. I'm telling it like it is. I'm not being conceited. I'm not being an asshole. I just think you got better because I was good and you were playing catch up and got motivated to fucking beat me. And like I said, I directly worked with S'mores this year, so I'll take some credit where other people may say discredit, I guess, pissed off, whatever, for giving him the track time that he needs. But hell, I gave track time to 3 of the 4 championship drivers this week. So
yeah,
I don't share setups, but I do share track time, and I don't care to run with people. So yeah, it's just, what was you gonna say?
You talk about the motivation. You look at us now. We're having a good year, both of us, and S'mores, who you definitely helped out being in the booth for a lot of these races and even on track for some of them, have seen a big time gain in his performance in the second half of the year. So a lot of credit goes to you for that. So anything else you'd like to add before you get out of here?
I don't think so. I feel like I've rambled. So I feel like
I'm playing the Oscar
Donald.
music.
Yeah, the Jeopardy music. All right, Donald, that's enough.
Alrighty, well, thank you, Tegan. Next up, if you want to hang around, feel free. I don't,
I'll mute my mic for a little bit then.
You want to ask Spencer a question? This could be.
Is he going to actually come in?
He said he wants to come in. So,
okay. I'll be silent for a little bit.
I'm really excited for this interview. I'm gonna ask him a really simple question.
What were you thinking?
Close. We wait on Spencer Boyce here, driver number 54, second in the Midweek Series Championship this year. Didn't make the Final Four in this series last year, but won the race at Gateway. Here is Spencer, and Spencer, what happened?
What's up?
What happened?
I don't know, my car just fell off a cliff. That's all I can say.
Go ahead.
It was tight. Like, I couldn't turn and keep up in the draft. And I don't know what happened. I tried to make it looser, but it still won't turn.
You and S'mores pitted on the same lap when that short pit benefited S'mores quite a bit. It didn't work out for you. What went wrong there?
I guess it was his timing of his pit time versus mine, because he beat me up pit road and I couldn't catch up to him because I had no draft. So that was the part that frustrates me the most. And I don't know what to do to make it better.
Well, I think you might need to be scared or gargle some water because it sounds like you got the hiccups. Sal, do you have a question for him?
You plan on running this series again next year?
Yeah, if I get to drive someone like one of my favorite numbers, maybe the 7 of Allgaier. But yeah, I probably will. Not sure who I want to drive in trucks yet.
All right. Tegan, you got anything for Spencer here?
I do. So, Spencer, I heard you were pretty upset during the later stages of that race, like usual. I'm trying to understand, though, what you could have done different. By the time you lost all that time, you were not going to gain it back on pit road when you're 4 seconds back. Do you honestly think that you can just gain all that time back in a pit stop cycle, or are you just pissed off and just throwing words out there to express your frustration?
Because I tried so hard this year. I know I had 4 wins, but I just wanted to be up there, but I was Suarez, but he was gone. And the fact that I'm out of the playoffs and Cup makes it even worse, but there's always next year, right?
Always. I say
Maybe
that
not.
every year, no matter where I finish.
I just really want to stay in the playoffs and Cup, but I don't know.
Well,
There's
Spencer.
always Kentucky and Iowa and Atlanta and Homestead.
Well, thank you, Spencer. Congratulations on your second place finish in the championship here. And we will see you at Kentucky on Sunday.
I actually won't be there.
Okay. We'll see you whenever you show up again. Have a good night.
The stand for that at Iowa.
All right.
Good night.
Yep. Go fix those hiccups, big boy. Yep. All right. Let's get Harrison here now. I thought he was in the best spot at one point to get it done and win the championship, but that short pit call from S'mores, something happened there in that pit exchange where he lost a lot of time to S'mores. And here is Harris. Talk me through, it was the key moment of the race when S'mores short pits. You were out front of the championship contenders, but his one lap short pit gave him a huge gap over you. Talk me through what happened there.
I think I got too conservative. I'm hearing the mistakes from the 19, the 22. So I thought maybe if I can just ease up and make sure I don't speed, I can regain the lead. But when I came out, I was on the apron like 1 and 2, and I just see him blow by me and stretch to like a 2-second lead. I was like, well damn. It might be over right here. Then just try to gain time, but then someone was blocking me for second for about a straightaway. And do I think that would have been the difference? I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that, but same old guy doing dumb shit, and I'll be back next year. I'm not gonna be nice anymore, and I'm actually not gonna be nice anymore. I'm tired of just stuff happening to me and me not doing anything. So now I gotta practice more. S'mores practice a lot with Tegan, which I think that helped him. You saw statistically that helped him a lot with points, wins, strategy, helped him win the championship tonight, which was deserved. So maybe I gotta just change my playbook for next year, and hopefully we can be the champion next year.
And you had the early advantage, but then there was some contact in the early part of the race between you and S'mores blocking you, and then Spencer hitting you up the track, and then ultimately the issues late. Talk me through the issues with the other Final Four drivers.
I was just trying to be conservative, even though track position was going to be very key. And that first part of the stage, I was just trying to see where was I at for the championship battle. And seeing how aggressive everyone else was, I was like, all right, I guess I got to be a little more aggressive. And then I was trying to arc my corner and 1 and 2 in. The other guy just sitting in there and hit the apron, door me up there, which is stage one. No points really matter in the championship, but I don't know. It's just it is what it is. I got to practice more. And that, like I said, it helps more. So we just got to change a lot of things going into next year.
Sally, Tegan, you guys got anything for Harris?
I do not.
I'll just say that it looked like you were going to have an easy run there for a little bit. I had the thought in the back of my head when S'mores got put behind that all it would take was a short pit. I was very nice not to mention it to out loud. I didn't want to give it out to anybody to be an unfair advantage. I personally feel like that's where the shift came. I know you mentioned your pit entry was probably conservative. I feel like a lot of people have that issue. It is so easy to speed at Chicago and Atlanta because that shit sneaks up on you before you know it. So it's just, I know you mentioned practice more, and yeah, it helps a lot when, but a lot of people don't have the time for it. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, I don't have a life, so I guess I have time for it. And I don't want to say S'mores don't have a life either, but it's just
He doesn't.
It helped Kamal in the cup side. Like, that's the most that Kamal has practiced, and I could probably tell you 2 years, in my opinion, that he's been on the team. So, and look what it did for him at the Roval. So it's just, I guess you pick a track that you want to be really good at, and you put the time in. And usually when you do that at one track, it starts carrying over to multiple tracks. So that's just something to keep in mind for, hopefully next year, if we're, lucky enough to be able to race, another year on this game with the, the servers and shit. So, I'm always available. If anything, I'll start the damn lobby up for people and don't care to, get off after that. And I'll start you 100%. I don't give a shit. So it's just something to keep in mind for, going forward.
Yeah.
I got you, boo.
Hey, I got him too.
I don't know. Mad. I have a lot of emotion, but I just really wanted it. I thought it was going to play my way once. S'mores had his troubles losing the draft in 19, had troubles getting in the pit road. Spencer, but it's a lot of things I'm going to keep to myself and just going to be better next year. That one win from February, March, that I did not win again. I maybe had chances. I did have a chance to win once S'mores sped at Indy, but that race was his too. But I hit the wall off before, which gave me damage. I could have won that, but statistically, I got to be better. S'mores put in the time, like Tegan said, and it's going to show throughout the season. So it's a lot of changes I need to make over the all season. A lot of things I need to work on. Wasn't perfect going in, but we'll just aim to fix some things on the off season, and if we start this league up again, I'll just be better, have better strategies, practice, know what I need in the car for long runs, short runs, whatever it is. So, but it's a good win for S'mores. But it's a lot of people I just don't like. I shouldn't say people. Well, I should say people because it's just one individual that just irks my nerves a lot in both series. So if he likes to push that button next year, we'll see if he. Never mind. I want him to race. I'm not going to say I'm going to wreck him every week, but I just hate when people don't learn.
Well, Harris, good run for you tonight. Thank you for joining us. We will see you in the booth Sunday at Kentucky, right?
I might. I don't know. I want to race low key because I kind of miss racing Cup,
yeah.
But yeah, good job, fellas, in the booth.
Appreciate it. Thank you for joining us, Harris. And speaking of the booth, Sunday at Kentucky, the lead voice of the CFRL Cup Series, Darth Kylo, unfortunate outcome for him tonight. Just spun out going into pit road after running, honestly, one of the best races I think I've seen from him all season long. Kylo, talk me through what happened there. You were running a really, really good race until that incident going into pit road.
Yeah, but first off, I just want to say Cameron Morse, hell of a season. He was kicking all of our asses, and he definitely deserved this one, especially, he's a Hall of Famer in the league. But yeah, I mean, it's simple. Like, I cannot enter pit road to save my life, and it doesn't really matter, like, what series I run or, like, what I do different or anything else. I just cannot keep the car straight going into pit road. So that's something I know I'm going to have to work on at some point, but for right now, I'm just, kind of, just contemplating.
I don't want to talk about the negatives more than I want to talk about the positives for you tonight. As I said, I really, genuinely, this is from me, was very impressed with how you ran tonight before that incident. Did you feel like you found something this week, like a little extra push in you to really want to get this title?
Yeah, I definitely found something in the practice sessions I ran earlier on this week, and I just found the right slider and the right adjustments, and honestly, like when I was up there in the lead pack, I was running really fast, and staying in the draft definitely helped. But yeah, I definitely felt like I had a chance to go after it, but I think I honestly felt that S'mores had a faster car than I did, even if I was still in the running.
Absolutely. You're the only driver to be in the Midweek Series Final Four in both seasons. Last year at Gateway, this year at Chicagoland. If we have a season next year, are you looking to make that 3 for 3?
Well, I might. Well, of course, it depends on whether we have a next season
Obviously, yes,
or
yeah.
if
there is a next season, let's imagine
if
that
there is
world.
a next, yeah, like if there's a next season or if I like come back for next season. But overall, I mean, this season, despite winning, the regular season championship last season, was better because I actually won a race this year. But ultimately, it was just, different season, same result.
Well, Kylo, before you get out of here, anything from Tegan or Sal for you?
I just also wanted to double down on what you mentioned. Like we thought you were gonna sneak this one away. You ran a really, really great race before that incident happened, and I mean, next season I look forward to racing with you again, if there is one.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If I end up racing next season, I can't wait to battle you out there.
Absolutely. Kylo, before you get out of here, I'm going to switch your role from Midweek Series driver to voice of the Cup Series. We've got Kentucky this week. What are your expectations for that big race? We're now in the round of 6, the Earnhardt round. So talk me through what you expect to see and kind of what you think the lay of the land is for the series going into that round of 6.
Well, I think how Kentucky's going to play out on Sunday is probably the same way that the last last playoff race at Kentucky ended. I think it's going to come down to fuel strategy. Well, strategy in general. And if you can, play your cards right on that front, you're moving on to the championship 4.
Absolutely. Well, Kylo, thank you for joining us. Appreciate all you've done this season and a heck of a Midweek Series season from you. So thank you, Kylo.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Sally, Tegan, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Hell of a season.
That's right. Tegan?
I just, another good season for a midweek series. That was kind of, born last year, just, out of the blue, kind of short notice, quickly put together, and I think this season was better than last season. With the regulars having a little bit more say in the win department. So congrats to everybody that was involved, and hopefully we can do this again next year.
Hopefully. Congratulations to you, Tegan Jones, for the win, and congratulations to Cameron Morris for winning the 2024 Midweek Series Championship. Now, if this is it for the Midweek Series, I just want to thank everybody that has participated in it, helped out with the broadcast over these last 2 years that we've had, and watched along with us at home. I am very, very grateful for this series. We went from a league that had 3 series, 1 with good turnout, 2 with bad turnout, to just 1 that at one point didn't really have good turnout. The Cup Series was, there was points where we were getting less than 10 guys in the Cup Series. But you, everybody participating, are the reason why we're able to bring this second series back. And I think all plans would be to do this again next year. So that's just a testament to all these guys that do a lot for us in this league and stick with us, even though we've been on the same game for approaching 5 years now. So I just want to thank everybody for that, for sticking with us, and for being part of this community, which I am very, very grateful for. I've met some of my best friends through this community. So I want to thank everybody that's a part of it, and I appreciate you all. And once again, congratulations to Cameron Morris. I'm Michael Whitman, and I am signing out for the Checkered Flag Racing League for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Goodbye.